Howdy YouTube, and welcome to another episode of Gunman. So today we've got a little bit of a different topic. It's something that I don't usually touch on my channel. I'm generally a glass half full type guy. I will make the best out of even a bad situation, and I think that's actually a big part of the reason that I enjoy this trade. But at the end of the day, there's two sides to every coin. That's why I've decided to make a video on the dark side of the automotive repair trade. So let's get straight into it. I've got 10 things written down. We've got 10-minute videos, so we've got a minute per topic. We're not going to muck around. So the first thing I've got written down is the physical side of it. So I'm pretty lucky to have had pretty good health throughout most of my life, but there have been a few times over the years that I've had sore ankles, even lower back, and you got to think about it. Like, cars can get pretty low. Let's just say you're doing a spot repair on a bumper and you've got to either jack the car up, drive it up onto some stands, or just lean over, lean on your ankles. The constant leaning over and even being on your knees. I've heard some people talking about having sore shoulders and stuff like that. And yeah, just rolling around on dirty, cold concrete floors in the middle of winter is not necessarily the most glamorous thing. But look, at the end of the day, like I say, there is two sides to every coin. On the positive side, it can be good to just be physically using that body. So, I'm not saying it's like all negative, but the next thing I've got written down is stress. So, I guess it's not really, particular to this trade, but it can be stressful at times for different reasons. Obviously, different people handle stress in different ways. Some people are better, some people are worse, but like I say, even just to meet those deadlines, certain shops that you work at, some of the shops that I've worked at over the years are worse than others, but yeah, look, I have found these days they pretty much try to even it out to, if they want, say, 20 cars out per week, they'll generally try to do, say, 4 per day or whatever it be, rather than having this big Friday rush. But yeah, some of the shops over the years, man, you would just have this crazy, insane Friday rush, and yeah, it could get quite stressful, right? The next thing I've got written down is rude people. And again, I'm sure this is not, exclusive to this industry, but you can get some real nasty people in this trade, right? And I'm probably one of them, right? Or at least, look, everybody has moods. We can have, we can be sort of a little bit grumpy in the morning or whatever it may be, and then, I guess I'm a fairly forgiving person. If I catch someone, a bit of a bad mood, I don't just like hate them forever. It's like, no, well, maybe that was just how you were feeling at that time. We'll move on, But not everybody can do that. So yeah, some people maybe see you not at your finest and then just put you in the box of being an arsehole and then decide they never want to talk to you again. So you can get that, the rudeness of people. I have found it actually to be a lot worse in Melbourne, where I'm working at the moment. But yeah, we won't hang on that point for too long. And the next one is chemicals. So yeah, the chemicals that we work with are obviously quite dangerous and harmful to the body. It's one of those things that as you get older, you care more about your health because you start to have a bit of a longer outlook on life and think, gee, life's pretty short. I would like to enjoy the time that I have here. But if you haven't taken those steps to prevent sort of your health degradation in the younger years, you could find yourself in some pretty bad health because of the chemicals. I've been pretty lucky, but like back in the day, I would just not even wear gloves. I'd get thinners all over my hands, and I've definitely improved over the years, and luckily got out of it without any, knock on wood, I guess, but without any long-term health effects. But chemicals that we work with is pretty nasty. The next one I got written down is the workload. I guess we sort of covered that with stress, but yeah, it can be quite high. And then the next one I've got is you are relied upon, or you can be, depending, because you think about, like, most body shops, they're not massive, right? So they might only have, some of them only have one painter. Where I'm working at the moment, I'm the only painter, right? So if I want to have some time off, I've got to plan ahead and sort of, and even the bosses here, like, they're like, oh, don't worry about it. Like, just if you need a week off, just let us know in advance. But I nearly even take my job too seriously sometimes, I think, I put myself under that pressure, if that makes sense, because I just don't want the whole shop to fall behind. And then the next thing is people picking on your work, right? So, as I said, I take a lot of pride and take a lot of time and effort to put into the procedures that I put into place to get the best finishes that I can get. You can sometimes do your best. You can come in early. You can work through your lunch breaks. And then after all of that time and effort that you put into it, it's still not good enough, And I don't let anything leave my paint shop if I'm not confident about it. But then to have people just going, I think sometimes way over the top and getting way too picky, it just defeats her. So the next point I've got is it's dirty work. It can be really dirty work. Now look, I'm very fortunate to be working in such a nice facility and generally working on nice cars. But over the years, some of the shops I've had to work in, they're just absolute dives, right? Dusty, dirty, there's just crap, they're unorganized. And look, at certain points in your life, hey, we've all got to put food on the table, right? It'd be lovely to imagine that everybody can be sort of picky enough to be in the shop that I'm in, or even, well, I was actually picked to be in this shop. It was the other way around. But there's some dirty shops out there. And another point, the next point that leads into this next point is it takes years before you reach the top, right? Because this is the kind of job that, like, you can learn a trade on paper, right? But then that doesn't mean that you can do it, because you need to physically be able to do it. You need to physically have that experience of, and even things like that bonnet, that black bonnet that you just saw, there is a very, very fine line between getting orange peel, between getting solvent boil, between having it too flat, getting that finish right. There's a very fine line, right? And then that's, like I say before, you can spend all these years and then it's still not good enough for some people, and sometimes it can just be absolutely defeating. But like I say, it's not necessarily the trade that you're going to do your 4-year apprenticeship and then just come out and be on the big bucks. And that may happen, I'm yet to really see it. And this is a rule of thumb from one of the tradesmen when I was learning how to do this trade. His rule of thumb was 6 years in the trade. So you do your time, your 4-year apprenticeship, which is what it was when I was an apprentice. I think they cut it down now, but so you do your 4 years, and then you need another full 2 years of being out there on your own, doing the trade, without having sort of help from someone, because when you're an apprentice, you do have that extra help. But like I say, it does really take years and years before you reach the top, and it takes a lot of early mornings, late nights, a lot of even overtime, and just like speaking with the lads, like learning off panel beaters, like being involved. And the next thing I've got written down is rivalries, but there's two sides of that, right? So there can be like a bit of a painter panel beater rivalry, and you really should try to avoid that where possible. But too many shops, that it can creep in, and hey, I get it. I guess that's where you've got to be that sort of a forgiving person, because as a painter, there's things that panel beaters do that really annoys you, right? When you've got to get that job done. Let's just say it's going on Friday and it's Thursday night. You prime it up, you're all ready to go, and then they miss it then, so you got to put some filler in. And it was worse back in the day. So one thing that's really, like, I can't understate how much of a difference it's made. The UV body fillers and the UV primers have made a last minute dent or a reprime a trivial task. It literally takes minutes rather than hours waiting for your 2 packs to dry and stuff like that. So those kind of things, like the last minute rush repair that's been done bad, is less of a problem for me anyway, and I guess part of that does come with experience. But the opposite side of that coin, being rivalries, is collaboration. And when collaboration works well, it can work really well. And I would not be where I am today without the advice from so many awesome people that I know from the trade. So don't take this video the wrong way. I'm not having a bad day. I'm not pissed off where I'm working. I'm actually really happy where I'm working. But the industry in and of itself is the industry, and there's definitely some negative sides to it. I'm actually getting to the point, believe it or not, I'm kind of getting over this trade. So I have been in it for 24, 25 years. I'm just plodding on through the day, and hey, I'm doing awesome work, don't get me wrong. I'm doing some of the best work I've done, and I'm doing clean work. I'm definitely happy where I am. But if I had to leave, this is what actually started the idea for this video. If I had to leave the shop where I'm at now, where I am so happy, I would seriously have to reconsider my future in this trade, and I probably would not continue. So I can't understate that. I probably would not continue in this trade if it did not work out at this shop. The industry has got so many negatives, and I'd probably leave it. I'd probably do delivery driving, anything, whatever, potentially go into the building industry. And I know there's probably just as many bad things in that industry, but like they say, a change is as good as a holiday, and it's always something that you can fall back on. So that is a very positive thing about getting into any trade, I say. It's something that you can always fall back on, and you can sort of use that. You always use those skills going forward. So no doubt, if I was to say be a plasterer, right, I would have skills that would be useful in that industry. If I wanted to be a house painter and just get away from the daily grind of the automotive trade, no doubt I'd pick it up pretty quick, I reckon. So that's about it, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Let us know your thoughts down in the comments. Are you getting over the industry? Are you loving it? Generally, like I say, I'm a glass half full type of a guy. I'm a pretty happy-go-lucky type person. But, you know, we don't want to be ignorant to the realities of the world. So anyway, guys, that's about it for this one. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Till next time, get out there and paint some shit. Coming out.